Welcome to this tutorial in which we're going to demonstrate how to download and install a Reaper, the digital audio workstation, and we're going to go directly to reaper.fm, which is their official site. I've set up a shortcut here to take me straight there, and this is their main page, and here we can download the software. We can always purchase a license. I'll talk about that later because essentially it is free for at least 60 days, but we'll talk about that later. Don't worry about that. And of course the user guide, then I would suggest that you download that as well. There are also various resources, videos, and a forum. So let's go to the download page. And here we can see that we have a download for Windows 64-bit, which is the one that we're going to use. It's also available for Windows 32-bit, Linux, and the earlier and later versions of Mac. So let's download and see where we go. We're going to save it on my desktop, which I think is probably the easiest way of doing it, and say save. And that's the software downloaded. I'll close that down for now. Okay, so we've downloaded and we're now going to install Reaper. So I'll simply double click and this will open up the end user license agreement, which we need to agree. Destination folder is where we're going to go into the default folder, and we're going to install the default settings. Shouldn't take long. It's extracting the files and then it will load them up and we'll be up and running in no time. There we go. Close it. We've now got an icon on our desktop for future use. Do we want to run now? Well, at this stage, can I say that you need speakers connected and also the microphone that you're going to be using for recording, because this is where we actually set that up. So yes, and it will open up, and we still get the flashing Windows thing. Why we get that every time, I've absolutely no idea. Here we go. It's saying you have not yet selected an audio device. Would you like to select your audio device driver now? Yes, please. And this is the screen that it comes up with. It's Microsoft Sound Mapper. We want to put our input device in there, which will be our microphone. And in my case, it's the AT2020 USB microphone. The output device we want to be on mine is the USB codec speakers. I have a sound card, external sound card connected to the computer, and that's fed into an amplifier and out to some speakers. So that is my sound system. And the only other thing that I need to select on here is 24-bit instead of the 16-bit. And OK. Now, let me just expand that so it fills the screen. We have here the import your license or purchase the license. If I click into this window here, we'll see that this box will start counting down, and it will get down to a point where it says still evaluating. Officially, you have 60 days to evaluate the software, and after that it's requested that you pay the license fee, which at the moment is $60. We're at the end of February at the moment, and $60 equates to about £50. Now, once you get working with this, you will realise that it is extremely good value, and it's a one-time payment. It's not one of these where you pay for subscriptions. You will have all the updates right up to the next edition, and my recommendation is that you pay that license fee. I have not yet done it so that I can show you this window, but I will be doing it immediately following this. So let's have a go and put still evaluating. The other thing that I should say is that these people are very trusting, and it will continue in this vein every time you open it, even beyond 60 days. But please do pay for a license. It's worth every penny. So here we go. And we're now in Reaper. That's it, it's ready to use. You have a microphone connected. One of the things that you need to do to start with is to insert a track, and all you would do is simply go to Track, Insert New Track, and just drag that down a bit. And in our next tutorial we'll look at how we can make a recording. Now the only other thing that I would say is that for a Mac, the window for putting your details in of your microphone and your speaker system is slightly different, but it is very intuitive, but it is slightly different. It appears different to the one on Windows that we've just had a look at. Apart from that, it works exactly the same on a Mac as on Windows, again with the difference that we would use the Command key instead of the Control key that we do on Windows. But we'll probably have a look at something like that later. So let's go on to looking at making a recording in our next tutorial.